guys, it's Mike Garrick with My Nutrition Body, and it is, what is it? It's like Tuesday morning, and I promised my buddy Colby that I would do kind of a day in the life, more like showing you guys the nutrition and just some of my daily rituals that I do to cut down and get shredded. Uh, It'd be about 6% body fat by the end of this month. So I wanted to start off with something really important, and that's sleep. I did a crazy hike yesterday, abused my body, and so I made sure that I got really good sleep. So I just woke up, I got 10 hours of sleep, and I probably could have went even longer, but my mind got really active. Um, so I want to get up, I want to show you kind of some stuff right here by next to my bed. I track my sleep. I have this sleep log here. So I'm going to turn over and I'm going to show you guys this. Hope I don't make you guys sick. This is my sleep log. I track my sleep here. I've got my fan right there to drown out some of the noise while I sleep. But let me just get up and show you some stuff. If you see right here, oh man, I don't know if you can see this. Let's see, I'm gonna have to do it this way. All right, if you look here, this is my makeshift pillow that I've made. It's this really cheap pillow, but it has this, if you look in here, it has this towel that's been rolled up and duct taped so that when you sleep and your head's down on it, like so, that you get this cervical support right here. Super important, and it's really small pillow, so I can get up under here like this, and then I can kind of tuck it up so that I get that neutral spinal alignment for my neck. That's super important for sleep. I also have this body pillow right here, and I sleep like this, kind of in this half crawl position with my one leg underneath and one leg over the top to keep my hips in a neutral position, and also my back in a neutral position. So just some quick tips on sleeping real quick. We're going to walk in, and I'm going to show you, first thing I do is I get up. Look, check this out. This is really important right there. See that? Water. You got to, first thing you do when you wake up, first thing you do, well, actually, right after you get done weighing yourself, because you want to make sure that the weighing is accurate. But then you drink water. Drink pound at least half one of those, at least 8 ounces, 16 ounces. Get hydrated. If you need some electrolytes, put a pinch of salt in there, or use some electrolyte tablets if you want. So anyway, get hydrated. We're gonna go in and we're gonna weigh. All right, we're walking into the bathroom here. You can see my scale. Get on here, weigh yourself, and then after that, I want to show you guys something. I write my stats up here. Okay, like this shows you like what the day it is, my body weight. I busted just over 170 because I ate a bunch of beef jerky yesterday, which had tons of salt and a bunch of carbs. So that jacked my weight up a few pounds. That'll drop back down. Don't freak out about your weight when you do stuff like that, because it'll drop back down and stabilize. I've got my goal there. By the end of March 31st, it's going to be 6%, approximately 160. That's not quite accurate. It's going to be more like 162, 63, something like that. And then it shows me right here, I've got 15 days left. Let's walk back in the room. I want to show you something here. This is kind of like, this is right at the bottom of my bed here. And obviously, I always have several books. I'm reading several at the same time. But I've got my Voodoo bands here. This is my mobility station up by my bed. One of my standards or goals is to do at least 15 minutes of mobility before I go to bed. I also do about 15 minutes before I do my workouts, but this just shows you. So I've got some Voodoo bands. I've got the Supernova. I've got a lacrosse ball, the Gemini. This is a Gemini tool in here. I got the ab roller, man. Those are pretty cool. Got this foam roller, the Grid. What is that? It's volleyball, I think, so I can lay on it for my psoas stretch. And a little block here that you can use to stretch your calves out or anything. You can use those for all kinds of stuff. And this little towel, I was doing this thing called joint or knee gapping. I was putting this towel behind my knee last night, and I was doing this thing where I was pulling back on it. It's in Kelly Starrett's book. He talks about basically giving some slack in the joint of your knee. Works pretty well. Anyway, here's some books. This book right here is gold. All of Kelly Starrett's stuff is awesome. It's my new book from my brother, Back to Basics. I'm going to do a review on that after I read it. This is Show Your Work from Steve Chandler. He highly recommended this book. Seneca on the Shortness of Life. Two awesome books here. I've got Die Fat or Get Tough. Expect to Win, Hate to Lose. That's one of Steve Chandler's favorite books. The Art of Learning, and one of my favorite authors, Brendon Burchard, The Charge. And I'm also reading his book called A Motivation Manifesto downstairs. Anyway, I wanted to kind of show you my little area, you know, where I sleep. Now we're gonna move downstairs. All right, now we're down in the kitchen. Come down here. I want to show you a few of my rituals that I do first thing in the morning. And right here, check this out. This is my fridge fat loss chart. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you a few things that I eat. Generally, I don't eat a solid meal for breakfast. If I do, it would be brown rice and egg whites type stuff. Or just maybe just some regular eggs, you know, full fat without the carbs. So anyway, I want to flip this around. I want to show you guys a few things that I do regularly. Okay, so generally what I'll do is I'll make two of my what's called S3 or my super spinach shakes. And there's, you know, here's the rundown. Check out my video if you want to see how to make these. It's great. This is my pre and post workout shake. And I'm going to swing over here. This is my coffee. I'm getting ready. I'm brewing my coffee. I get a little self press. There's a couple things if you know me. I try to eliminate all of the junk I possibly can, but creamer, a good quality creamer. This one does not have hydrogenated oil, but it does have sugar, White Death, Almond Joy. It's my favorite. It's one of my last things that I haven't eliminated out of my diet yet, but I'll use about 3 tablespoons in my coffee. This is only if I'm doing like weights. Like this morning I'm going to go in, I'm going to do shoulders and triceps. So this requires more sugar. So it's okay. This is how I justify it. It's okay for me to go in and you know, have this beforehand. If I'm going to do early morning fasted cardio, then I will just drink the coffee straight, black. Okay, here's a couple of my supplements. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a really big supplement fan, but I do take a few, and I don't take them regularly necessarily, but here's a few of mine. Right here, this is Dr. Schultz's Mel formula. It's just a bunch of, it's just a herbal formula that gives you some building blocks to help produce more testosterone or balance out your hormones. Caffeine, this is just straight caffeine in case I don't drink coffee. I can just take this. It's super clean. Try to get something that doesn't have any additives, and it's dirt cheap. This is really what's doing most of the work in your pre-supplements, and this costs about $2.50, guys. So be smart about it. Here's 2 amino acids, L-tyrosine and L-carnitine, that I will take sometimes, especially if I do early morning fasted cardio. Now, I also take Dr. Christopher's. It's called BF&C powder. So all this stuff it's a bunch of herbs that help giving you the building blocks to rebuild connective tissues and just to give you more building blocks, micronutrients. Let me show you, let's see, what else do I take? Oh, my vitamins, yeah. So I don't take a lot of vitamins, and it's really not a multivitamin. What it is, I make them up in these little packets so they're easy to go. This is important, you guys, being prepared. So I have some all-natural vitamin C, all-natural vitamin E, D3, and some lysine in there, which is another amino acid. It's an amino acid that has a tendency to run low when you work out really, really hard. So anyway, that's really what I take as far as my supplements. Other than that, you guys, it's all about whole foods. Okay, this is generally what I take when I go to the gym. All done. I've got 2 of my shakes. I've got my supplements here. Now, I used to put these in my gym bag here, but if you've ever had a shake open up in your gym bag, it is not a cool experience, especially when it's green, super shake. So I don't put them in there anymore. I just carry them with me and put them in my car. And check this out. This is my gym bag. And I have, check out all these. This is one of my systems. I'm a big believer of systems. You've got to have your system ready and functional, and you got to be able to repair or refill your system and keep it going. So anyway, I'll do another video on gym bag and what you put in your gym bag, or what I put in my gym bag, or what you can put in your gym bag. But that just kind of gives you an inside glimpse. You know, I've got my mobility and my heart rate monitor and an RFB and towel and all that stuff. But anyway, we'll go through that in another video. So I will see you in a minute after I'm done with the gym, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what we eat afterwards. Guys, we're done with the workout, and now it's important to get our post-workout meal. So I had the post-workout shake, but that's only going to get me so far because it's liquid, it's quick digesting, and I need more than that. So really within the next 30 minutes or so, I want to make sure that I get a solid meal in. So remember this is really key, is that If you work out or you do resistance training, then the most important meal that you're going to eat is going to be post-workout. If you do not, or you work out just really lightly, then really breakfast is the most important meal. You need to get those carbohydrates and proteins, get your metabolism up and running. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you about my post-workout meal, my first post-workout solid meal. And really what we're talking about is a good source of protein and a good source of carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates. So I'm going to show you a few tricks. You'll notice I have a scale with a plate here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on, and when you turn on the scale, most scales do this, it actually will zero out. So this is really important. Now I'm going to take my potatoes that I've just cooked in the microwave and I'm going to put them on here. And check this out. Boom, shows you how much. I've got 5 3/4 ounces of potato. Now, generally, I use sweet potatoes, but because this is post-workout, I want something that's higher glycemic index. It's going to go into my system a little bit faster, and it's still a complex carb, so I'm using these regular potatoes. So you can use whatever you want. I like these ones because they taste better than the regular russets, but they're a little more expensive. Now, what we're going to do is, I didn't have any chicken breast. Normally, I eat chicken breast, but this is some trout that I've caught, and trout is really lean as well. So I'm just going to take the piece of trout that I cooked up, and I'm going to put that on there. All right, first, hold on a second. Actually, what I've got to do is I've got to zero that out. Okay, see how that's zeroed out again? Throw that on there. Okay, look how fast that was, 8 1/4. So now we know exactly how much we have. Now, it's not like you have to do this for the rest of your life, but what's important about this gets you to the point where you can eyeball stuff and you know what you're putting in your body. You've got to keep track of what you're doing. If you don't, then you have no clue about what you're putting in your body, and therefore you can't actually control your composition. All right, and remember this morning I told you there's a couple things that I still haven't eliminated from my diet? Well, this is the other one. It's the spray butter, and you can get this or the off-brand, whatever. This stuff is absolute garbage. It's basically just processed oils. But one of the things it does, it has good flavor and it's measurable. So if you can take the discipline to measure out your grass-fed butter or whatever, that's cool. But if you want something that's fast and cheap and that tastes pretty good, then this is something that I use, because you can sit here, you can actually count out your sprays, which is imperative when you're actually trying to lean out. I want to show you a few more examples of post-workout meals. And I'm going to flip this back around here in a second and show you a couple things. My favorite carbohydrates, post-workout carbohydrates lately have been sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, brown rice, and then as far as proteins go, whey protein initially, and then as soon as I get home, chicken breast or any other type of whole food protein. You kind of want to have both kind of back to back so that it you have more of a lasting trickle effect to your muscles. And I'm going to show you a few examples. All right, so we've covered the most important meals, either the breakfast or the post-workout meal. So really what you want to look at is the last meals of the day. You want to taper off your carbohydrates or just split them out equally. And if your goal is fat loss, the last meal of the evening really should be carb-free. So basically lean proteins and greens, maybe a little bit of healthy fats. If you do that, you really see some serious results in the morning. But so to give you an example, like right now I'm going to have some turkey balls, and if you want to learn how to make those, check out my video. But I will have that, which is my protein, and then I'll have some type of carbohydrate. I'm going to have beets, baked beets, so it turns them into kind of like potato. But you could do like sweet potato or brown rice or anything like that. Or you could just have your protein with some type of fibrous green, like a salad or some snap peas, celery, anything like that. That's probably, let's see, so that's really the principle behind it is lean and green. Taper off your carbohydrates after your post-workout meal. Check this out. Here's 4 ounces of chicken breast. Now, the way you cook chicken breast, quick broiling it, it's moist and delicious as it is, but it's still chicken breast. It gets old after a while. So here's another one of my secrets. Make your own salsa verde and freeze it in little bags. So you've got, this is basically 2 servings for something like this. So I'll just run some hot water over this and then cut half of it, put it in the microwave on top of this,
and you've got chicken with salsa verde. This is free calories right here. Tons of flavor, tons of nutrients, and there's no sugar in this. This is all just vegetables and spices. Absolutely delicious. So that's pure protein with a tiny bit of fibrous carbs. If you need a few more carbs, you add a half a cup of rice in with that, and you've got a perfect meal. High in protein, high in complex carbs, nutrition, nutrients, and low in calories. Bam. Chicken salsa verde right there. Easy, delicious, super low calorie, high in protein. A couple sweet potatoes I just microwaved, and then I throw them in a plastic bag, just throw them on ice here so I cool them before I put them in the fridge. But as I'm doing my chores throughout the day, I just routinely cook stuff in the microwave or the oven, quick broil. You've got to have your stuff down like this. I mean, if you've got to stop to actually cook a sweet potato, you're not going to do it. If you can just grab and go, that's the way you got to do it, because that makes things super quick, super easy, and you're way more likely to actually do it. Come over here. I happen to have, my mom gave me a bunch of blackberries when I was over at the house the other day, and so I just got a cup and a half of blackberries with a teaspoon drizzled of honey. Awesome. And I got my chicken breast already quick broiled up, so I'll just take that, throw it in a bowl, like on the scale, zero it out, throw it in a bowl, and then put the chicken breast on there, and then tells me how much chicken breast is. Super quick, you guys. Easy to measure this stuff out. It's already done. Like, I've already got 2 left here, so I'm gonna do, another 10 or 15 tonight. Super quick. You can do other things while you're doing this stuff, but you've got to be kind of multitasking. You got to be a pro at doing several different things at once. So right now, I've got several different bowls of rice going in this rice cooker. It's actually a vegetable steamer that I turned into a rice cooker. I do it in this glass bowl, so it's not in plastic. And I can just, set it and forget it. I can walk away and do something else. And I've got carbohydrates ready. So you've got to have carbohydrates and proteins always. So just looking in my fridge here, this was some of last night's leftovers, chicken, pork, fajitas. And I've got some salsa, which is kind of like a fibrous-free carb. I've got my egg whites back there, plenty of vegetables. I got bell peppers and beets. Down here, I've got my brown rice ready to go. It's all cooked up, ready to go. I'm just making more of that right now. And look at this. Check this out. This is called cilantro cauli rice. I'm going to be doing a video later on this. This stuff is amazing. Basically free food, easy to make up. It's absolutely delicious. Oh yeah, you cannot be without your low-cal lemonade, especially at nighttime when you got like a sweet craving and you need something sweet with hardly any calories and tons of nutrition. I got my string cheese. Right now I'm not doing a lot of fats, so I don't eat those, but we have those on hand just in case, like for backup. I've got my chicken breasts for tonight, or later today, that I'm going to cook up a bunch of those. Look at that. Apples, lemons, limes. Down here, sweet potatoes. Right now I'm going through a ton of sweet onions for salsa and the apple pork or apple chicken fajitas. But it just shows you guys a couple of things that I use, and especially post-workout.
All right, I want to talk about a point, and that is that for the longest time, I wanted to have abs. I wanted to have world-class abs, and this upper left picture of me is a picture of me and my nephew. And I'll never forget when I actually saw this picture and how much it actually hurt, because who I thought I was and how I looked inside in my own mind was not how I actually looked. So when I actually saw how I looked, it really was, it snapped me back into reality. So I guess what I'm trying to say to you is that when you finally start doing what it takes to look the way that you want to look, then you will instantly start to see results. And a lot of times what happens is we kid ourselves. We think, or we tell ourselves that we're doing the things that will take to get or reach our goals, but we're really not. So you have to set a standard, right? You have to want something, and then you have to set the standard. But ultimately, that standard has to be backed up by the habits or rituals that will create whatever it is that you desire. And that's where the magic is. So if you want to be a certain weight or you want to look a certain way and you're not looking that way, it only means you're not doing what it takes. So for example, with food, if you want to be lean and trim, it's 80% diet. And you have to understand that, and you have to adjust your diet accordingly. And it's not as hard as most people would think. And a lot of people will justify how they're eating now by saying, hey, I'm not going to change my way of eating because I want to eat stuff that tastes good. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you learn how to cook correctly and take a little bit of time and prepare your food, that the stuff that you can make that's healthy for you tastes every bit, if not better, than the stuff that you're eating right now. So now I want to show you a bunch of different recipes that I've come up with, and this is I'm just scratching the surface. I'm just getting warmed up, and you got to really it's you're studying yourself, and you got to learn what you like yourself, and then go from there. So let's take a look at a bunch of different healthy recipes.